Could Khalil Mack be headed to Seattle? Welcome into this edition of Seattle Seahawks Today, powered by Chat Sports. Tyler Jones, your fearless leader, here with you. Thanks for joining us. Coming up on today's show, we have one major NFL outlet that is predicting that the future Hall of Famer is going to sign with the Seattle Seahawks in free agency this offseason. We'll show you what they had to say. We'll react to it coming up in just a matter of moments. Before we do, 12s, I need your help. The bosses here at Chat Sports, they want to start an Arizona Cardinals channel. You kidding me? A Cardinals channel? They don't even have any fans. They told me, though, that we won't start a Cardinals channel if we get 1,000 comments on today's show. All right? I would hate to be having to do Cardinals content in addition to Seahawks content. Nobody wants that. So save me the headache and save the time because we don't want to waste time in the Arizona Cardinals. Spam 12 in the comments section. Let's get at least 1,000 12s in the comments, and we'll get started with today's show. Khalil Mack, could he be headed to Seattle? Fansided is predicting that the Hawks will sign Khalil Mack in NFL free agency. I'll show you what they had to say. Khalil Mack has said he has no intention to retire and plans to sign with a new team in 2025. He was surprisingly kept around by the Chargers last offseason, and he put together a quality season. Mack feels like one of those free agents who signs a deal that makes fans just look at their phone notifications and say, that's where the Seattle Seahawks jump in. If the Seahawks decide to keep Geno Smith in-house, their biggest need is pass rush. They have respectable 45 sacks this season, and they only allowed 3,600 passing yards against, but they could use another body. Well, the Seahawks could add that in the draft. Putting Mack there for a year could provide a template for a dominant defense. Whoa, okay. Khalil Mack. All right, you have my attention. First off, let me say, when they mentioned that Seattle's biggest need is the pass rush, not true. That would be the offensive line. We all know that. They need to address that first. But with that said, the pass rush is something that does need to be addressed in some way, shape, or form. When it comes to Khalil Mack, I am a big fan of Khalil Mack. I have been following him since his days at Buffalo. One of my best takes ever, I would say. When he was coming out of Buffalo, I said this guy's going to be a superstar in the National Football League. And he has been nothing short of electric. And even as he's gotten older, he has still been a phenomenal football player. So let me just say that first and foremost, I'm a huge fan of Khalil Mack. And I think that Mike Mack, if he doesn't already, would love Khalil Mack as well. Because when you look at Mike Mack's history when it comes to pass rushers and the mold he's looking for, Khalil Mack seems right up his alley. And we'll explain more on that coming up in just a bit. Now, the price tag. How valuable is Khalil Mack? And can Seattle even afford him? That's another question. Spotrac says his market value, even at this point in his career, folks, pretty incredible. 3 years, close to $71 million is how much he's worth. That is a lot of cash. Pro Football Focus is projecting that whatever team he ends up signing with, whether it's Seattle or somebody else, that he's going to get about a 2-year, $45 million deal with $40 million of that guaranteed. So, in short, that's not cheap. That is a lot of money, especially for an older pass rusher. And then you look at Seattle's circumstance, show me the money. Where is the money at to be able to afford a player like Khalil Mack? We told you earlier in the last few days that the cap space right now is around $13 million, according to overcap.com, and they could create some more cap space with some cuts in the coming weeks ahead. So there is opportunity to potentially find money there, but then you still have to pay your draft picks, and you got some extension candidates and a few other things, so it is a little difficult. If you can find said money, then I love the idea. But I struggle to think that you're going to be able to find the money you're looking for, especially when you still need to take care of that offensive line first in order to pay Khalil Mack and make that work. Let's ask you guys, should the Seahawks sign Khalil Mack? It's our pinned comment today. Let us know. Type S for sign, P for pass. Weigh in. Tell me if you think Seattle should sign Khalil Mack or not. Seahawks Today is covering the Seattle Seahawks like no one else is, as we're bringing you daily news and rumors, live shows twice a week. We are talking trades, free agency, draft. It's all right here. Your off-season headquarters for all things Seattle Seahawks is right here on Seahawks Today. If you're a real member of the 12s, you got to be subscribed to the channel. Turn on notifications. That way you stay up to date. If there's breaking news, we're going to bring you a video as quick as we can. The latest happenings on your favorite team all year, all off-season long is right here on Seahawks Today. Let's get at least 50 subs off today's video. I think you guys can make it happen. If you're a subscriber, let me know in the chat. Type me if you're subscribed. We love our award-winning subscribers around here. YouTube.com/SeahawksTV. More on Khalil Mack. The future Hall of Famer has had a fantastic career. He was named to the NFL's All-Decades team in the 2010s. He won the NFL's Defensive Player of the Year award in 2016. And he's been a first-team All-Pro. Not once, not twice, not 3 times, but 4 times, in addition to being a 9-time Pro Bowler. And I'll say this, Khalil Mack is still a very talented player. Is he the same player that he once was a couple of years ago? Maybe not, but he hasn't shown signs of slowing down a significant drop-off from the player that he's been for much of his career. You look at his statistics of what he's done the last 4 seasons. Just a year ago, 2023, he had 17 sacks, folks, in 17 games played, with 5 forced fumbles. This past season, his numbers went down a little bit, but different scheme involved under Jim Harbaugh and such, and I think there was more attention paid to him that people recognize, oh, wait, that guy Khalil Mack, yeah, he's still good. Had 6 sacks this past season, 2 forced fumbles, 39 tackles. And the thing I like about Khalil Mack that I think makes him a fit for Mike Macdonald's defense, one of the things we've talked about on this program really since I took over 3 years ago was finding guys that are not just pass rushing specialists, but also are effective at stopping the run. All right? We're not looking for Darrell Taylors around here, okay? We are looking for guys that can do both. And we saw the Seahawks defense take dramatic steps forward last year, in large part because of what they did to get better in the run defense. And with Khalil Mack, he is a fantastic run defender as well. His Pro Football Focus grade last year in the run defense was an 88.0, which was the second best among all edge rushers in the NFL. So to me, that's a very good sign that you're getting a complete football player on that side of the football. Who's a player the Hawks should sign in free agency? Whether it's Khalil Mack or it's somebody else that's out there, give me a name that comes to mind. Weigh in the comments section and let us know who that is. Got a great deal we're offering Hawks fans right now. For a limited time only, Seahawks hats are on sale now for 50% off. Yes, you heard that right. 50% off at chatsports.com/Seahawks hats. And we got a variety of hats to choose from. These are just a few that you're seeing on your screen right now, but there's plenty more that you can go see for yourself, as well as other Seahawks gear that we're selling on our website. Go check it out for yourself, chatsports.com/Seahawks hats. The link is in the comments and description of today's video. Chatsports.com/Seahawks hats, 50% off. Get yours today. Makes for a great gift. I know we got some holidays coming up in the very near future with Mother's Day and Father's Day. Maybe it's a birthday, whatever it may be. Go see for yourself. Chatsports.com/Seahawks hats. Now, the other part of this equation when it comes to Mike Macdonald. Not only does he play like a Mike Macdonald pass rusher when I look at a guy that can get after the quarterback, but also effective in stopping the run. But Mike Macdonald, one of the things that was his calling card when he was with the Baltimore Ravens was how well he did with these older pass rushers and getting the most out of them. I call it the Mike Macdonald fountain of youth. Jadeveon Clowney, Kyle Van Noy. How about Justin Houston? I mean, Justin Houston, he's older than dirt, and dirt's old, folks. And he had a great run in Baltimore. Brought in Jason Pierre-Paul at one point in time. Calais Campbell. I know Calais Campbell is on the inside. But Calais Campbell, that's a guy that's beat Father Time. And Mike Macdonald put him in a position to succeed and to shine. So I have every reason to think, based on the track record of what we've seen from guys previously in Baltimore that worked with Mike Macdonald, to now where he's at in Seattle, that he would maximize Khalil Mack's capabilities. Now, am I saying that he's going to go for 17 sacks again? Probably not. But I think it's a very realistic expectation that if you bring Khalil Mack into Mike Macdonald's defense, you pay him that money and he stays healthy, that he can get back to double-digit sacks. And like what Fansided mentioned, the pass rush has been solid the last couple of years, but there's still room for growth. And I think Khalil Mack could be that next step you're looking for to get this pass rush to where they want to go. Now, when we talk about priorities for this Hawks team, you heard Fansided kind of ignore the offensive line position and point to pass rushers. I think this is a priority, but not necessarily the top priority. What do you guys think? Is this a priority need for Seattle? Weigh in, let us know. Y for yes, N for no. I'm going to say yes, but it's not number one on the list. It's still the offensive line for me. Got to take care of that first, but I do think you need to look at some pass rushers here. Chime in, Y for yes, N for no. Appreciate you joining us here on this edition of Seattle Seahawks Today. If you made it to the end of today's video, you know what that means? That means you are a real one. Spam real one in the comments section. I'm Tyler Jones. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time here on Seahawks Today.